Okay, so what is going on? Well, there is a video which is an advert, so it will pop up on certain Overwatch videos or other gaming videos. You might see it, and it comes up with this wonderful advert, and the advert is like, hey, play on mobile today. Download and play for free. Then it's got a URL. Do not go to that URL. If you go there, you'll get viruses, your account will get nicked. It's bad. Do not go to that URL. This is dodgy. Look at it. It's got 255,000 views. Yes, it's paid for because they're paying to have this shown on other, videos and stuff, which again is a bit of a problem with YouTube, isn't it? If you can just roll up and go, hey, I've got a totally fake product, but what I'm going to do is give you money and you're going to promote it. So yeah, we love you, YouTube, and they love us. Yeah, this is completely fake. Now, this has also been confirmed by a bunch of prominent members of the Overwatch team. They're on Twitter. They're saying, yeah, this is completely fake, and they are actually trying to get this removed off YouTube. I expect it will it will be removed, but I want you guys to just be aware. Do not click on this. Do not think it's real. It is not real. It is completely fake. But it does open the can of worms, doesn't it? Would you actually play a mobile version of Overwatch? Now, in its current form, I don't think it works on the mobile platform because it will be way too slow, way too sluggish. Maybe we'll see some sort of spin-off game, which could be a mobile version of Overwatch. What that could look like, who knows? You've got these things for World of Warcraft. You've also got them for, I was going to say you've got them for Hearthstone, but Hearthstone is straight up a mobile game. Diablo, that's the elephant in the room. You've got Diablo Immortal, which is like, yeah, we all know what we think about that. But would it actually bother us too much if some sort of a version of Overwatch like that, designed for mobiles, came out? I mean, I don't know. We'd have to wait and see what it is. But anyway, this is all besides the point. Do not click on this advert, guys. It's a massive scam. It's a massive fake. But maybe one day we will see some sort of mobile version of Overwatch. But today is not that day. So do not click on this. You will get, you'll just get wrecked with viruses and account theft and all of that bad stuff going on, because what I believe it's trying to do is to get you to sign up to like a beta test or sign up to download the game. But first, you've got to put in all your Battle.net details. Do not do it, guys. And if you've done it, reach out to Blizzard customer support and they might be able to help you. You can find them on Twitter. All right, guys. Yeah. Okay, so what about this stuff about being thrown in jail for boosting and having a massive fine? Well, let's first understand what boosting is. So boosting is essentially when somebody who is much better than your level logs in on your account and just starts playing. So it would be like a GM player logging in on a gold player's account and boosting you up to, say, Masters, because maybe that's what you paid for. So I don't know how much these things cost, so I'm just going to invent these figures. So let's say $100 to get you from gold to Master. That's the deal. So then this guy plays on your account, gets you up to Master, and then gives you the account back, and you're like, wow, this is great. And then of course you collapse back down to the actual rank you belong at because you've literally skipped 3 divisions of the game, which is not the way to rank up, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely insane. Anyway, it's not good. So that's what boosting is. Now, probably some of you guys were like, well, Sty, boosting, I thought it was when you played with a player who was much better than you. Well, of course, Overwatch prevents that, doesn't it? There are some examples of this. Like, if you're like borderline GM and you're playing with like absolute top tier pros, yeah, then maybe they are carrying you, right? But a lot of the time, it doesn't work like that. Overwatch just doesn't work like that. So you can't get your GM friend to play while you're playing on Platinum in the same ranked game and boost your team. That's just not going to happen. They have to physically log into your account. So why does this happen? Now, this is something I want to address. This is because players who are of a certain skill level, so maybe they're semi-pro or pro, now these will all probably be top 500 plus players, they find it very difficult to make money professionally playing Overwatch unless they are in Overwatch League. This is a massive problem for Overwatch. The Tier 2 scene, the Tier 3 scene, these players do not get paid enough money to live. Now, I'm very, very proud of British Hurricane. This is a great initiative we set up with Cloud9, which is just... it's there to develop players. It pays players wages, and then it pushes players onto Overwatch League, which it does massively successfully. But it is literally one of the only teams that does that. There are other teams coming online now for other academy teams. So these are teams that Overwatch League teams have in the contenders system. But what about Tier 3 teams? What about even Tier 4 teams? What about people who just want to make money playing Overwatch because they're good? There isn't really anywhere they can go for prize money. Look at contenders. Look at the teams that are not academy teams. Even if they win contenders, they are not making very much money because the prize money for contenders is absolutely terrible. It's not enough for players to live on, because when you think about how much effort players put into the game, they play for like hours and hours every day. When you work out what actually they get paid per hour, if they won contenders, it's literally a few dollars. It is the worst possible thing ever. So why would they play Overwatch and not play something like Fortnite, PUBG, or any other esports title? That's a massive problem I've got, but I'm so proud that British Hurricane is one of the teams out there and it's trying to fight that, and it's really good. Anyway, this causes boosting, right? Now, what happens with boosting is really good players realize they can make quite a bit of easy money if they boost people. So they're not inherently bad players, but what they're actually doing is bringing the game into disrepute. This is why Blizzard absolutely hates it. So if you take a pro player, maybe in the past they've boosted people because they needed money legitimately to live, right? So they go out there, that's their drive to do it. They log onto a gold player's account, and they're obviously like a GM level player. So they just destroy all the way, probably through till like low master, to be honest, right? High diamond, low master. That's probably when they have to start thinking about actual team comps instead of just playing whatever hero they want to play and literally carrying the game. Throughout that process, they have destroyed the experience for a lot of players. Like an absolute lot of players there have had a really bad experience. That's what Blizzard don't want, and this extends to other games as well. So what is going on with this, and what is the big deal? Well, in South Korea, this is a huge problem. Everybody knows South Korea is like a nation of gamers. There are a lot of pro gamers come from South Korea. A lot of the best pro gamers come from South Korea. It's not because they're just better than Westerners or better than people from other countries. It's because they've got a better pro system. So when good players are identified, they go into the system. They continue to get better, which is a problem in the West, although it is starting to be combated, especially with things like Overwatch League. Anyway, I'm kind of going off the point here. So what happens in South Korea now is if you're caught boosting, you'll get a fine of 20 million won. Now, if you're like me, you're like, what the hell is 20 million won? I've actually got like 21, I think, in my wallet from when I was back in South Korea. So this is great. Actually, this is about $18,000. So this is a pretty heavy fine. So that would be about, I don't know, about £14,000, £15,000 if you're in the UK. It's a lot. It's a pretty big fine. So is this actually going to happen? Is there going to be police kicking down the doors of people in South Korea? You have been found boosting. We've found your profiles on boosting websites. You are going to prison, because that's right. There's a prison sentence of up to 2 years for this, and you're getting an $18,000 fine. Probably not, because the way the legal system sort of works in South Korea with this, if you get caught, you'll most likely go onto probation for a first-time offender. So that means you'll get some sort of sentence, like a 2-year probation sentence, where if you do anything wrong in that period, then yes, you will be going to prison, and yes, you will be getting fined, but you probably won't up until then. And that'll be probably enough to stop people from doing this. The issue becomes then when this starts happening outside of countries that have this law in place. What about China? What about if people start saying, hey, I'll log into your account from China and boost it? What will game companies do? Well, another way that they catch you, this is specific to Blizzard, but I know other games do this as well, is they track your hardware. So they know what accounts your hardware is playing. So Blizzard know all of my accounts. If they know one of my accounts, they know all of them, because they can work out where they're being played from. They can work out what computer they're being played on, basically, and we all give them permission to do this. So if I start logging in on different accounts, lower level accounts than I'm typically playing at, because Blizzard will know, they'll look at my accounts and go, oh well, Sty seems to be playing in like Master and Low GM. So if he suddenly starts playing in Platinum, or he starts playing in Silver on different accounts, that probably flags it in their system. Then it brings it probably for an actual review, and somebody looks at it and goes, yeah, this guy is actually much better than the rank he's playing at. He's probably boosting. And I'd like to think that Blizzard do extra stuff, like they go around and they look and they're like, okay, let's check these boosting websites, let's see if this guy's got a profile, let's see if we could actually get some boosting from him, instead of automatically banning them, because I'm no doubt that sometimes they could cause problems with this, or there could be issues. One issue I think in the back of my head is, imagine if your friends come over and play on your computer and they're Platinum, or you share accounts, which you shouldn't really do, but you're just kind of having fun and you're playing with each other's accounts, and then, maybe you've got a really good friend and then you end up getting banned. It's like, okay, now I'm not saying you're going to go to prison or you're going to get a fine. This is only specific to South Korea. It is interesting though, because maybe this will open up to other countries around the world, because we know game companies hate this, and players should hate this as well, because why would you want to be boosted out of your rank? Because you're just going to get destroyed. It makes no sense. Honestly, the only reason I can see why people want to get boosted is so they can go like, hey, I've got to this rank. But you've got to understand, guys, right? It doesn't matter what your rank is. I know this is a meme, and it's like, oh yeah, rank doesn't matter. Haha, the guy said the thing. It's like, no, it really doesn't matter. What you've got to focus on is trying to get better as a player yourself. Now, I know there are loads of things in Overwatch which can cause this to be frustrating, like, oh my god, my team are terrible, they're throwing. You've just watched gameplay footage here of me playing with Josh. I think this is mid-diamond, this game is. It's on my absolute unit account with Josh. I'm trying to be the tank. There is no healer. Nobody is playing healer in this game. This is what it's like. So this can make you think, well, you know what, screw this. I'm gonna boost maybe. I don't know. Don't think like that, right? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa and this is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGame. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is @Stylosa. And yeah, click the bell if you want to be alerted to when videos go live. And I will catch you lovely lot on the next one. Toodaloo.